Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. Today is Raids Week 7, Day 1. We have quite a few interesting things happening this week actually. We're getting a new pet this Wednesday, though it's not that consequential. We're getting a new hero class this Friday, as well as a new mythic this Friday, so we have quite a bit of that to look forward to. Also, given the eye patch, we are well prepared for the Pirate Week of Blackhawk, so of course, we actually have quite a few raids battles, as you may have seen earlier from the previous video, but if you haven't yet, there are legendary ingots in the shop thing. It is definitely worth considering getting them if you still want to get like a Mang or Divine Protector or a few of the really core legendary weapons up. Of course, after you get the first few that you really absolutely want, like Mountain Crusher, Mang, you know, all those kind of things, then you'd probably want to stop ever doing these. But yeah, if you do the standard, or what most people do, go to tier 3 for the guild, which costs 250, you still end up getting 6 for that. And of course, you can get a total of 21 if you go all the way, though that does cost quite a bit, 850 gems. Is it worth it? Depends how well your guild is doing with things. I will be initially, just because I, of course, want to rush a few of the better weapons, but other than that, yeah, then I'll probably stop and just go back to doing the tier 3 like I normally would. But we'll see. But anyways, I figured I would initially just because I really wanted to get Divine Protector up. As far as our current rewards, we're actually only up to Portal 6, but given that those are, given those extra rewards in the shop, I'm pretty sure the guild's actually going to reach pretty quick, because I know for sure at least a few other people in my guild also got tier 6 for the same reason. Well, let's go get this. Looks like we get a orb out of it, so hopefully we get something good there, or, you know, the Orb of Chaos. Ideally, anything other than green would be great. That is exactly what I don't want. Thank you very much. Oh, well. Anyways, X out that. Hard to see with this thing on. Let's go click on that. As far as some other things, where's the mail? Two things. For one, of course, I did try going for a leaderboard. I made it / didn't make it. I think I'm going to stop trying to even bother with it, I think. I'm not sure. But, yeah, we ended up making 328th place. We could have easily made top 100 if I had like another 30 minutes, but I was busy at the time and couldn't put the time in, so we only ended up getting 3 epic ingots instead of 5, but oh well, still, nonetheless, ended up getting all that. And other than that, we got a mythic off a legendary task. This just randomly happened. It's not one of the better ones, but they did mention yesterday. Oh, by the way, things that happened yesterday. Yes, one of the things that they mentioned is Pan's Veil rework is going to be the next rework for one of the major kingdoms. And they're going to make it all like stat stealing related troops. And yeah, we got the mythic from that kingdom actually, the Wild Queen, which of course steals a bunch of attack and then creates a bunch of skulls, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we got one for the entire guild. Not one of the better mythics out there, but still a mythic nonetheless. I believe that brings us up to 2 copies of her. Anyways, hello everyone. Hello Traylon. Hello Minarach Film. Hello Rasa. Hello Zero. Hello Sean. Hello Demon Ranger, Chandler, Steve, Dragon Ball Z fan, Jen, Captain, M78, and I believe that's everyone, or at least everyone I can see. Haha. I should probably take this eye patch off soon. But yeah, yesterday they ended up doing the Q&A stream. They didn't really go over too much. They kind of just summarized over things we kind of already knew, like the reasoning behind like the changes they made. One of the slightly bigger things is a new game mode is actually coming into the next patch. It's going to be still using your normal troops and everything, but it's going to have a main reward, based on what they said, of ingots. So that's going to be pretty nice, at least for initial ingot accumulation, as there are very, very, very excessively few means to do so right now. Other than that, let me go bring up the thing, but I don't actually recall them really going over much. Even though I watched almost the entire thing, they barely even talked about anything. But let me go over to summary. It was just posted over here. Let me just scroll through it real quick just to see. So, it's just going over why they did that, oh, they said that ingots probably aren't coming into legendary tasks, by the way, but they are definitely considering VIP keys and possibly other keys as well. Let's see. Let's see. They're just basically justifying why they did everything. Nothing too interesting. We already know that. Oh, the future. Let's go over this. So, the world map, they're going to be doing a higher res for that. They're going to be doing some reworks to it and expanding out the map as well. There's going to be more space for kingdoms, though they did say that they're going to stop adding kingdoms soon. How could they do such a thing? They're definitely planning at least one more kingdom, but yeah, we might be reaching the cap soon. 35 kingdoms or 34 kingdoms or so might be the final cap that they'll ever reach with kingdoms. They may eventually expand it, maybe to like 40 or something, but they are considering to stop doing that and starting to go focus more on other content. So, yeah, we might not be getting any new kingdoms. We're definitely getting at least one more, but after that, it's questionable. They might be adding expansions to already existing kingdoms, though, which they have mentioned in the past. They didn't really make too much mention of it during the stream, but they did make hint of it. They're definitely looking into adding a lot more lore-related stuff related to the game, because they have a lot of it. They just haven't bothered really implementing it. But other than that, yeah, not really too much was mentioned. Basically, next patch seems it's going to be a map expansion kind of thing, as well as just to kind of fit room for everything that they might do in the future, as well as the new minigame that they're working on, whatever that may be. They kept it pretty secret because apparently they don't have much officialized on it. But yeah, you didn't really miss much if you didn't see it. Anyways, hello, Chandler. Yes, we're a pirate today. Arrgh. Let's see. Hello, Richard. And hello, Mass. Welcome. And hello, Robbo. Welcome. And Richard. I just said Richard like 3 times. And Amanda. Welcome, everyone. Anyways, let's get into some raids. Guild. Raid bosses. Let's head over to the battles now. So we have 20 battles because we ended up buying so many of the things. We're obviously not going to be able to finish all of them today. Let me make sure I'm using the correct perks on the hero class, because I believe I changed it earlier for PvP. I forget if I changed it back yet. Come on. Load. Game, please. Has anyone been noticing really slow load times as of recently? I don't know if it's just because a lot more people playing or what, but it has seemed a little bit slower as of the past, like, 2 weeks or so. Could have been because of the most recent patch as well. Maybe more people are playing. Anyways, what am I looking for? I'm looking for talent tree being correct. Extra armor, that's fine. Extra attack, brown, armor, so that's 11 total. Extra glory does nothing, but so do the other 2 do nothing, so... gain barrier, that's what we need, and that's what we need, and that's also eventually what we need. We're getting there. We're level 78, almost level 79. Should probably checked while I was here. Oh, good, we're still can. And we're about halfway to 79. Still a long ways until 100, though. Anyways, let's get into the battle. As I mentioned earlier, main team I'll be using is Mang, using Titan Hero class, followed by the standard Raid troop, followed by that new troop that's basically like a Mercy except for blue, and Captain Skullbeard for explosions, board clear, and hopefully occasional skulls into Mang. And that's the game plan for every single battle. I was using some Dawnbringer before this team, but I don't think we really need to keep using it. We technically could if we wanted to, but I'm not going to bother. Rather just go with Mang and get used to using that again. So let's take that over. Take the red, get a skull poke. Unfortunately, he wasn't enraged, or else that would have actually been enough for a kill. I'm probably going to miss some really obvious moves with this eye patch on. It's going to happen. Also, we'll move that down. Go and see what we can get with this. We don't have enough to kill it yet, so what we'll do is just Mang right into it. Gotta be careful Valraven doesn't go crazy, though. That's not going to be enough follow-up damage to kill it either, so gotta be careful it doesn't take yellow or keep taking yellow. So we got all of our mana up by that, so that's kind of nice. Now all we have to do is just poke it a few times, and we'll be good to go. I guess I might actually take a blue here preemptively just to get some explosions. Let's go do that. There's almost nothing. Did they put disease on this? Looks like they put disease on this. I can't even tell. Where does it show all the... Yeah, right there. Disease. I can't tell because I have an eye patch on. I can barely even see like what my own troops are, other than if they have mana or not. Anyways, let's go and... I guess we'll poke them now. It's not going to be enough for a kill, but we'll need one more little poke just to clean up. We have really bad single target on this team. Like, excessively bad, but... hopefully we'll be able to skull kill it out, or at least keep denying the yellows enough that it won't matter. Of course, generally when you're running Mang teams, your whole thing is you're trying to just instantly skull kill out basically the entire enemy team. And that is still the game plan nonetheless. Oh yeah, old weapons. They did mention that too. I forgot to mention that. Yes. The weapon system in the game, they are going to be adding some back into the game by various means. but a good majority of the older weapons that were only ever available via Glory and never available again, they're basically keeping as cash only, which is kind of odd. I don't know why they made that decision, but, well, other than money. But, yeah, they may not ever be bringing them back into, like, the Soul Forge or something. Well, they were never into Soul Forge to begin with. But, like, all those initial weapons that were only ever added once via Glory, and then they started at charging $5 for them eventually, they might never be available by non-money means. They might change their decision on that, but as it currently stands, it does seem to be the way they're going with it. Okay, let's go throw Mang on last slot there. Their justification for that was they're going to be adding so many more weapons to the game that it's not really going to matter as far as kingdom upgrades are concerned, though it still kind of does. And also some of those weapons were good, like Crescendo, Fire and Ice, stuff like that. Most of the older weapons are completely dead content, but there are some that still are decent. Also, they didn't really quite clarify what they're doing with things like Divine Protector, something that didn't come in through Glory, but did only ever come in once. That is basically one of the strongest weapons in the game, and yet it's not available to most people who didn't get it initially. We have a skull just sitting there. I don't want to waste an rage for it. I'm going to do a really weird move, but because we have full mana on this... Oh, you know what? Actually, we could just explode it. We have two options. We could either explode it and hope he hits 6, which we should be able to, or we can kill it with this, get all of our mana back, kill that, get all of our mana back, and keep doing that. But I'm actually going to go for this. Almost guarantee that we're going to hit it, and we do. Unfortunately, we didn't extra turn it. Similar to how annoying the weapon is when it has one explosion, that one Divine Protector thingy. This is also annoying in that if we get a 5-time skull, but then we explode those skulls, we don't actually get an extra turn, nor do we actually get those skulls to hit. It just goes for explosion value instead. But we'll go for another one-shot there, get all of our mana back. Oh wait, why did I not take a skull? I should probably take this eye patch off soon. I will once we reach the later battles, when it actually matters. These battles are weak enough that I don't think it matters if I keep messing up. Once we reach the later ones, I will take the eye patch off. Let's see. Oh, let's poke him. One more will kill it. Even at Legendary, that does so little damage if it's not a boss. Though, since we do have it at Legendary for once, we are doing 4 times damage to bosses instead of the standard 3 times that we normally would be. I'm not going to bother getting it to Mythic, though, because it would require 500 gems. Or we would have to use an Orb of Ascension on it, both of which I do not want to do. We're going to have plenty of points even without me doing that, so there's really no need to. Okay, let me go read chat. That's also slightly hard to do with an eye patch on. Hello, Pedro! Let's see. Your guild hasn't gotten 1 mythic since you've been in it. I've gotten 4 so far. 2 of them, like, almost back-to-back. Within 3 tasks, we got 2 of them. One of them was a couple weeks ago, and one of them we literally got today. But yeah, I've gotten 4 mythics since the beginning of time. Or at least since beginning of Legendary tasks, which was, like, what, a year and a half ago? 2 years? Don't even know at this point. So very, very few have I gotten. And we complete out, like, 50 plus a week, as far as Legendary tasks. And the devs actually did mention one thing during the Q&A thing too, a little tidbit of information, that some guilds are doing around 70 legendary tasks per week, some of the bigger guilds, which my guild definitely isn't. I think we're normally averaging around 40 to 50 or so, somewhere around there, but of course the guilds that are like really, really heavy on PvP and such, going for leaderboard and all that, those are probably the guilds they were referring to. It's also the reason why they're not adding ingots to the legendary tasks, just because some guilds go way too crazy with how many they do. Okay, we have way more than enough damage. What's nice about this Enrage too, as I was mentioning earlier, but I haven't really gotten to use Enrage or Invasions yet, is the fact that we do have the ability to hit through all of their traits, so we don't, if we were to get Enrage, we don't even need to deal with its 20% agile and stuff like that. We do need to get an extra turn to actually do that though, so that is a factor, but still, if we can end up landing that, we just do that right into a skull, and then we automatically have the instant kill, because Mang will always give us enough damage. Even if it didn't, 1.5 times would bring us into enough damage with how high our attack is, and we have Enrage, so it hits through traits, so yeah, it's easy one-shot to everything. And also with this hero class, I haven't been utilizing it much since the battles are still pretty weak, but we can be taking Brown in order to barrier ourselves. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. I definitely meant to cast Captain Skullbeard. Let's see, what do we even have here? I guess we'll just throw the explosion down. Could have already won if I just cast both the things, which at this point I should probably just go do. Just throw Mang into the, what's her name? And that'll be that. And there we go, we'll just take Skull, way overkill it. And that's that. If anyone has any questions, anything you want me to go over, anything of such, feel free to leave it in chat. We'll make sure to do so. We'll be around for about an hour or so. Salty will be streaming after this. She'll be showing the new mythic coming this Friday. It's basically a true damage troop. Will it be decent? Kind of mixed. It has potential in the future of fairy fight. I mean, if true damage ever makes a comeback. But the mythic this Friday isn't overly exceptional. Of course, we'll be testing and see exactly what we can do this Friday. But and obviously, I'll still be going for it. I go for every mythic because we show it. But overall, I don't know. It's the first time that would be worth actually using gem keys since the most recent patch. So if you've been needing ingots, I would say just go for it. Because we still have no clue when next kingdom is coming. It could be a while still. So you might just want to throw it on this mythic if you have enough spare resources. It's definitely not going to be anything like a Ubistet or Infernus, that's for sure though. But it might have potential in the future. Or who knows, maybe it'll even make true damage good again. It used to, at one point, be the best thing you could ever run is a pure true damage team. Though these days, that definitely is not the case. Okay, I have Enrage, so I can actually one-shot Skull him right now. I could take that extra turn, but alternatively, we could just move this down and kill it. So I will go for that, just because it's Valraven. If it was anything else, I obviously wouldn't have done that. But gotta make sure we kill the Valravens. So we'll just throw this on the boss. Follow that up, of course, with the instant kill and get all of our mana back. Then we'll clear the board, ideally get a Skull, and go from there. So we'll just clear the board. Don't think we have any Cascades or anything, so we'll do that. He'll take Skull. All it does is hit on our barrier. I do not currently have Convert. Too bad there isn't an instant Convert to Brown. That'd be pretty useful with this hero class. Okay, so we'll just do that. I guess we'll try getting another poke on it. I don't believe we have alignment for anything, so we'll just try for the Cascade. And I didn't get anything, but he gives it to us. Thank you very much. And now we'll just Mang into any hit, and that will kill it. So we'll do that. And then we'll just do that into the little Bonnie Rose hit. Or not Bonnie Rose. I want to call her Bonnie Rose. It's Kendrala Blood Jewel. I'll probably just call her Blood Jewel. Arrgh, Mr. Jesse. Welcome. Also, hello, Siplomom. Welcome. I know the eye patch. I have to. We had to. It's Pirate Week. Gotta use the eye patch. It's one of the few dress-up related things I have. What do we need here? I don't have any good converts, do we? No, I don't want to give them all that mess. I will have to take it off soon, though, because it is definitely hurting performance. But these earlier battles are weak enough that it doesn't matter too much. I sure hope it won't. And even if it does, I could probably stop doing raids by this Friday because of how many more my guild has probably done this week. Due to the ingots now being in the drop table. Or not the drop table, but you know. Yeah, you get ingots now from opening up those raid packs. What do we do here? I want Mank, but I also want a Skull. But I don't think that Skull's enough damage. What's 1.5 times 35? That's math, 17. And what's that on top of that? That's around 52. That is not enough damage. So the alternative, I guess, is just take the red, throw Mang, kill raid boss, go from there. So that distracts him for a turn. We'll throw this onto the raid boss. That gives us all the damage we need. We now just move this down. That gives us our Enrage, which I think we actually already had. And don't cast the wrong one. Just kill that out instantly, get all of our mana back. Ideally, we'd have alignment right here. Apparently not. So I guess we just go for a poke of sorts. No Skull for us to take. Nor do we have a Convert. Nor is anything worth it. Do I just take a Convert? Oh, no. There's very few things of value here, so we'll just go for it. So we'll do that. Nothing really happens, of course. Don't think we have any Skulls or anything. I guess I take Brown just so we don't die. He's just gonna explode, isn't he, though? Yeah, he's just gonna explode it away immediately. Oh, wait. He hit no Skulls out of that somehow. Amazing. Okay, I don't have any way to hit it, though. Which is unfortunate. Just need to find a way to pass my turn without giving him something, so I guess we'll just go for another poke. So we'll do that. He gives a Skull. Obviously, instant dies. Every Skull we get, he will instantly die to, regardless of if we have Enrage or not. Yeah, that'd be the case even if you weren't, or any instance where you use Mang. Generally, you'll have enough stats that after you get the hit on the raid boss, you'll be able to one-shot everything. As long as they don't have 25% reduction or anything. But that's the whole reason why we have Enrage, is basically to ensure that we do still get the kills every single time. Oh, maybe I should go switch to Dawnbringer. I feel like these battles are going a little bit towards the slower side. But we'll go and get the man kill, and there we go. Nothing else, we do get 2 EXP for each of these, of course, which is decent. And one of the things we do need to make sure we're doing is leveling and maxing out the hero class, as it's quite useful in these game modes. Anyways, let's go and... what do we still have to do here? Win battles with 3 unique troops who are all use blue. Isn't that our team right now? Hold up. Isn't that how I got most of those numbers? What am I using right now that it doesn't have? Oh, I know what it was from. Oh, I forgot about that. I was using Dawnbringer earlier, like I mentioned. And every single time I was using Dawnbringer to clear out those quicker ones, I was using 3 blues on my team. Maybe we should go switch to a Dawnbringer real quick. Bring it back so we can go and get one more win. Oh, well. You know what? Let's go do that just for fun real quick. Because I only need to do it one more time, and we might as well do it while we're on the weaker battles. So this is what I was using earlier, just to get through them, but yeah, let's do it one last time, because I need one more blue win anyway, so might as well. Okay, so ideally we'd have to convert right off the bat. We do not. Move the green over. Still need a little bit more mana for that, and we don't have alignment. I guess we take barrier at this point. So let's go for brown. We don't need the mana really, since we're not using Mang anymore, but this will not kill it. But I'm still tempted to go for it. So we'll do that. Still have our barrier. Still don't have alignments. Not worth going for because of that. I guess we just take some red. We already have our barrier, so I don't need to go for anything else. Actually, you know what? Dawnbringer, what are you doing? Let's throw that down. And... oh yeah, we're not using Mang, so I need to make sure we get our ability off. Or else we're going to have a damage issue. Still don't have the convert. Wow, it's not good. Luckily I got distracted there. And we'll just go and throw this into full mana for her. And that should be full mana. Yep, way more than enough. Get our Enrage. Still don't have our barrier back up. Don't think it's worth going out of our way for. So we'll also let him cascade something here. Probably throw another Dawnbringer. Brings him almost down. Go for the one shot, go for one shot, go for one shot, dead. We'll just one shot each one of them, one by one. And there we go. And we get 6 gems for that now. Right? Right? There it is. Nice. Okay. Let's go back to Mang now. Of course, for the earlier battles, those go through it a lot quicker. It's just Mang's a lot safer once we reach higher stats, which is... I don't know. I guess technically we could still get away with using Mang right now, but... we'll go. I mean, still use Dawnbringer, but we'll switch back to Mang. Anyways, let's keep going with it. Back to the normal team. Yes, we bought tier 6 or tier 5. What was it? Tier 5 or tier 6? Whatever one gives you every single legendary ingot is what I bought up to. I believe that's tier 6. Yeah, I bought it a little bit further than what I normally do. Where's that tier 5? Yeah, it's up to tier 5. The next one after would be tier 6. But, yeah, we did buy quite a bit of those, mainly just for the legendary ingots. I will be probably for next invasion as well, and maybe the next raid and invasion too, just to speed level up some of them. I'll probably stop after that. I might even stop after I do it for invasions next week. I figured we'll just do one rotation of it, mainly because I wanted 2 things to get maxed immediately. It was the main reason I wanted to do that. Mang and Divine Protector. Everything else I don't mind doing at a slower pace. But, yeah, I definitely want to get Divine Protector up, which is almost there. We just need 9 more legendary ones, which we'll have next week. And, of course, I want to get Mang up, particularly just the first 5, though. All of them would also be decent. But the first 5, just because you don't tend to cast Mang that often. So every single one of the on-cast effects isn't really too useful. You get a good majority of its value just from these base stats that you would get from the first 5. And while it's not a huge amount of stats, that could be the difference between getting a kill and not getting a kill, or simply surviving a hit and not surviving a hit. And while it isn't a huge amount, it could definitely make the difference. Okay, I've been getting really unlucky with green to blue converts, so that's generally just how these troops go. Didn't even get a surge there, that's quite unfortunate. We'll go for this, try for the extra turn, didn't get it. A lot of cascades, but just getting a bunch of value there. Can you stop hitting us? Wow, he even took away my brown I need for barrier. How do we play this? What does your ability do again? Just does a bunch of stats effect things. So, I like how I answered my question without even looking at his thing. But we'll go do that. He hits it on hero, which is unfortunate. That's why we need immune to stun, which we get at level 100. Because if we did, he wouldn't be able to stun all of our traits, like he just did. But anyways, let's go and throw a Mang down. Get that on there. Probably should have gotten her to full mana before I did that, because now I have a problem of my red blocking her again. And I currently don't have the convert. At least not for an extra turn. I could try... Oh, wait! Oh, never mind. That's going to drop too far. So, we'll try for the extra turn here. Didn't get it off the top. Somehow got him to full mana, but now we finally have that, so we'll go get that. Only for 1 mana, but it's definitely worth it, because we extra turned it. And now we can just go right into the raid boss kill and pretty much be good to go. So we'll go for the poke there. Get ourselves some explosion. He'll go and place a bunch more stats effects on us. I believe he hits healthiest, so he won't hit our hero at least. Let's go clear for much more mana. It's disease at the moment, but it's not going to matter. We hit it, instantly kill. We're still stunned, so I can't take brown for barrier, otherwise I would right now. So I guess we'll just Mang into a poke, so that should be able to go into kill range then. So we'll do that, kill it out immediately so it doesn't do anything. And all we have to do now is just simply take 1 single skull and we'll win. Problem is, taking 1 single skull. What do we need? What do we need? I guess we'll go take ourselves a... Let's move that over for now. That doesn't do anything. I guess we'll pass our turn. We can try for explosion too. We'll do for that for now. Yeah, we'll go for it. Come on, land it. We landed the extra turn, a bunch of other stuff. I guess we'll just go for the poke. Gain our mana back, and there we go. Let's see. Good evening, Zidicus. Welcome. Yes, I did what? The eye patch just reminded you not to play with fireworks. Ha ha ha! I know, right? Yeah, be safe out there with fireworks. Don't be too crazy with them. Do you also happy 4th of July, everyone, or soon? I keep like saying it as if it's today, but you know, July 4th, obviously, this Wednesday. Let's see. Do you want to mana back so badly that you are not attacking the boss? I don't know why I'm not. I think it's just this eye patch. It's distracting me. I should probably take it off, but they're weak enough that it doesn't matter at the moment. Question. You're using your hero with a different class, or different weapon, I mean, for separate teams in Guild Wars. Let's see. Will you still obtain max bonus if you have as well as unique troops? Yes, as long as you're using the different weapon every single time, you'll be fine. If you use the same weapon, it will count against you. But if you're using the same hero class but different weapons, it will count as unique troops. It only looks at your weapon. It doesn't look at your the class of your weapon. But yeah, you would still retain your full amount of points there, as long as they're different weapons. And you can use literally the same hero class for all of them if you really wanted to, and it wouldn't penalize you. Let's see. What do you mean no extra turn off a Divine Protector? You almost always get extra turn? No, I mean when you put the +1 explosion on it, it reduces your chance of gaining an extra turn. That 1 explosion that it has off its eighth thing. It's because it triggers after you've done the gem spawn. So it overall reduces your chance. It overall increases the chance that you'll get mana, but it reduces your chance of extra turning, which is kind of odd. But that's just because of the order in which it goes down in. Okay, so right off the bat, I am going to let him hit us with skulls, because skull distract is perfectly fine. He has Valraven as well as a threat, so definitely don't want to be dealing with that. I think we're just going to set this up, hope he doesn't take it away from us, and just go from there. We don't currently need yellow mana, but I need him not to have yellow mana, so we'll do that. Get all of our mana from there. That's pretty much everything we need to get rolling. Skull is not enough damage yet, so we'll just let him have it. We have barrier as well, so it's not really going to hit us or anything. We'll throw that right on the boss. Go and just one-shot the boss. And go from there. He's going to go and do a bunch of disables. No, he isn't. We'll hit him with that. He doesn't even get to do agile or anything since we have enrage. So 100% chance we would kill it. I still got to deal with this Valraven. I need a skull for that. I guess we'll take a yellow preemptively just to kind of keep him at bay. Could try for his brown skull as well. But for now, we'll just deny his mana. So we'll do that. He gets a bunch of mana of his own into explosion. That's not good. Actually, we'll do explosion of our own and hopefully hit a skull onto him. We did not. Valraven, you better not escape. Ooh. He gains barrier and everything too. That's not good. Okay, how do we play this? I guess we take the yellow, go for convert, but then we still don't even get anything out of that convert. Mang won't be enough. Captain Skullbeard would be ideal to get up right now, but we don't have mana for him. I don't have a cascade for any of this. We might actually lose this. I guess I'll try for a Sky Skull and just let him hit us once. Didn't get it, but he hits us. Okay. Purple to brown and go from there. We don't have any other convert. If it surges, we'll have full mana on the other one. We have extra turn chance right there as well. We gain barrier. That won't work against the raid boss, but I'll at least make sure he doesn't kill us with skulls and stuff. Still no alignment. Still no skull we could take. Actually, you know what? We'll grab that. I guess it's re-enraged, but that doesn't really do much for us. Guess we'll take a green. That'll get us barrier again. That will not give him a skull, it doesn't look like, so we'll do that. Hopefully he'll bait himself into one. Doesn't look like it. He's about to get another instant kill too, which is going to be quite concerning if that does go down. I have no way to really work around that at the moment. So we'll go for another explosion. Ideally, we'll get a skull right here. Still did not get one. Luckily, we're at least barriered, and there we go. That's what we've been needing. Still got to deal with him with barrier and everything, though, which is definitely going to be annoying. We don't have any way to instant kill it now that we lost the raid thingy. I'm almost just going to let him go again. I'm not fully certain here. We don't have a convert extra turn, so that's a factor. I guess we could just go into this and try for skull. Got it, actually. Nice. But he already has his ability. Ooh, he killed one of the more useful ones. Kind of wish he would have killed this convert. I might just even get rid of this convert. I feel like it is barely doing anything for us, but all we'll have to do now is just hit him with one skull. Problem is, we have to hit him with one skull. Oh no. Okay, I still have some moves left. We'll try this brown and try for the skull. We gain barrier as well. And apparently we gained all the skulls right at the end, like 2 or 3 of them there. Wow, that was sloppy. Yeah, no, maybe we do replace him with something. Oh no. I feel like he's never getting his thing off. And we're so dependent on him actually landing it for all of our mana. Always tier 5 now? No, definitely not always tier 5. But initially tier 5, probably. Always tier 3, which has always pretty much been always going tier 3. But I would not always go tier 5. I will be initially the first few times, just because I'm rushing up weapons. Which I'd probably say for most people, at least later in the game, probably would be worth it just to rush some of the better weapons. But once you have the core few weapons like Mang, maybe Mountain Crusher, Divine Protector if you're going down that route, stuff like that. Once you have the kind of core ones upgraded, you'd probably just go back to just doing tier 3. But at least initially, since there's so few other means of obtaining them, you'd probably want to consider doing it to obtain them. Okay, this is not enough mana for us to be full, so what do we do about that? I guess we'll take it towards the top, do it that way. We're 1 mana short. Already knew we would be, but still. I'm not going to go for that skull just because that is not enough to kill. We'll just go throw a Mang down, go for the kill, and go from there. So we'll do that. Throw the poke. Need to make sure I keep doing this quickly every single time just so we do get it secured. We have plenty enough damage, especially with her being legendary. Even if she wasn't legendary, we're still way in the area where we'd be able to one-shot it still. And down it goes. That was a lot smoother than previously. Wish all of them could go like that. Would be good to go if they did. Should be pretty close to next Titan level as well. Why not Parrot for stun? He doesn't have stun, he has silence. Parrot could be okay. We could potentially triple silence. If they actually had not immunity to it. I think the biggest issue is some of the biggest things we need is silence. Like Valraven and his Exploder have immune to it. And we don't really have a stun. The only way we could get a stun onto this team is if we put it on our hero and gave it as his first trait. But then specifically the Exploder or whatever we need to stun needs to be in first slot. Which can happen, like you can see right here, but more often than not, it wouldn't be specifically in first slot. And we would need it to be able to get value out of it. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to be worth using Valraven. Unless you had no other options. With the bigger options, I don't really think I'd bother putting into my team. Okay, this board is just awful. I slightly feel like just converting it, but then there's the issue of no extra turn, and we're not really gaining much mana from it. Barely even going to gain enough to get her to full, so I'll just take a green to brown, I guess. Looks like we cascade a decent amount. Again, still no convert, even less than before, technically. Guess we'll go into green to yellow. I only need part of that, though. Actually, you know what? Red Surge would be good. So we'll go for that. That's actually enough to kill him right now, so... Oh, and we have our alignment on this. I'm actually going to do that now, just to get his ability up just so we have it. Also gives us Enrage, though. I think we already had it. But, we're gonna take an extra turn here. I'm gonna take that just so he doesn't, just in case he feels like going for it. Never knows, sometimes the AI does the right move. Go for that. That gets a bunch of mana, that's fine. Take one shot. And everything just gets one shot from here, assuming they don't have Agile, which they don't. And even if they did, we could just try getting Enrage. Kill that out. Frozen, not that big a deal. It is one of the immunities that we don't have immune to, unfortunately. Though if we were to get all those other immunities, we would have immune to disease, and we would have immune to that death mark that's currently on us. Alright, let's go and convert that out. Oh, whoops! That's not the ability I meant to do. Oh, I need to get used to these abilities. I definitely meant to convert everything to blue. But luckily it gives us a Scolder, so I guess it didn't work. It didn't go that bad. So we'll do that. We got everything cleansed, which is nice. All we need now is... so we'll take that and Mang into a poke. And that'll be match. It actually has exact damage, 30 on the dot. If it'll click, and down it goes. Let's see. Oh, did you both say why parrot? That's funny. Quick question for raids. Don't you think the Skullbeard skulls can be dangerous and turn back against you? Yes, they definitely can. But you need it for mana accumulation more so than anything. But yeah, they can definitely backfire. Any instance you try using skulls in this game mode, it can backfire. But he's not really more so for the skulls. This is a byproduct of what he does. He's more so just for the explosion than anything. My main hope is that we can gain enough barriers from taking brown that it won't really matter. Because more often than not, if you are going to get hit by a skull like that, it's only going to be one skull. So if we're constantly browned up, we won't actually get hit by anything. Because every brown, of course, is barrier. Oh, it didn't surge. We didn't get full mana. Unfortunate, but we do have alignment there, so we'll go for that. Skull, once again, is not worth going for. It's an extra turn, so I actually have to go for that one. Never mind. Not worth going for. Still got to go for it. Okay. Actually, since we already took the one, I guess we just keep going. And now I take another one. Because that will indeed kill him out. Due to the Enrage. So now we'll go get enough damage to kill everything. Get Barrier back up. Get Enrage back up. Do that. This is so strong. Can't wait till we get an immunity on it. I seriously think we could solo this in invasions. I'm not going to try it in raids because we're going to instant die to the boss itself. It would just be a waste of time. But I am going to legitimately try that during invasions. During one of the slightly earlier battles, but not so early that we just like one-shot everything. But on one of the slightly earlier battles, I'm going to try next invasion to solo the entire battle with just Mang using this hero class. Because I believe it's possible. We have everything we need. We have infinite barrier to never take damage, and we have... infinite Enrage to hit through their traits and just to do more damage. And of course we'd have immune to everything like the stun if we were to get it to level 100 by then, which is my goal. By the end of this week I do want to try getting this to max level. That might not happen because I will be focusing on getting the new hero class starting on Friday. I'm going to be starting towards the new hero class, so I'm probably only going to get this hero class to about level 91 or 92 I think. And then I'll be switching to the other hero class probably for the entire weekend when I use it during the new game mode that's coming in. Or not new game mode. We technically already played it the other week, but, you know, new in that we get a new hero class from it, and it lasts for 3 days instead of 1 day. I'll be trying for the leaderboard for it, too. Hopefully we'll get some orbs and stuff. Not sure how many other people will try for it, too, but I'm pretty sure it won't be too high of an amount. So right here, as you can see, we have Enrage, even though the icon's not really showing correctly. But that should still be Enrage, right? Easy way to tell is just click on the card and see if it's still there. If it's visually glitching like it kind of is there. That should be red swords there, not white ones. Am I going crazy? That is white, right? It isn't because I'm wearing an eye patch. It's supposed to be red. It has like a red outline, but there's supposed to be red swords as well. Anyways, he has 20% dodge, but he has 0% dodge because we have Enrage. And down it goes. That's one of the whole reasons why we're using this hero class. There is a... what's the other hero class name? Warlord also has that same exact trait, but it doesn't gain barrier every brown. So this class is definitely better. Also, we gain all the immunities as well, which is very nice. So Valraven first slot. That's, of course, the easiest location to kill it in, which is nice. We'll take a free skull. And if we find another one, I might as well just go for it because we already have enough to one skull hit it. So might as well go and get it if we could find it. So we did that. Did not get what I needed, though. Doesn't look like we have it. I guess we'll throw a Mang into the one shot and just hope he baits himself into giving it to me. He does not. And I don't think there is any way to try to get it. So we'll just go and, I guess, throw this for the kill and then go for Explosion. But he doesn't really do much with that. Go for Explosion that we need. Didn't get any skulls. And I'm 3 damage off of killing it with this ability. At least he has no mana at the moment. Mang is not enough, though. Very, very little damage we'd actually get out of it. Though it would be enough to kill, so I am tempted just to go for it, just to make sure the Valraven goes down. That's the only thing that's really going to be annoying at this point. So we'll do that, get that killed out. And yeah, we're pretty much good to go. Don't really foresee it winning with what it has left. Go take the red. Actually, you know what? I was eyeing down those greens. Why did I not take those greens? It definitely was the better take, but oh well. Move that, move that. Only real big issue now is trying to get skulls, which is kind of why we're using the Captain Skullbeard, trying to get at least cascades or something to happen with them. And then it goes off that skull, if it will let me click. There we go. Oh, Agile! Ah, I didn't put Enrage back on. See, if we had Enrage up, that would have hit him for sure. 100% chance, but we didn't, so it didn't. Now we do. So now there's a 0% chance he'll dodge it. And there we go. And that's why Enrage is important. Is that the result of the negotiation of drop the 50? What? Oh yeah, they didn't actually bring it up at all, which was kind of unfortunate. The whole 50 gem switch thing. They did mention in the past though, as they always have, like the whole reason why they have it like that is just to make sure people don't constantly switch their hero classes like every single battle. But their go-to fix at the moment that they've last mentioned, I would assume is still their current plan, would be to make it so eventually every single slot you ever have will individually be able to choose a hero class. So similar to how you're able to choose a banner for every single slot, you're basically eventually going to be able to choose a hero class for every single slot too. At one point, banners, you had to use 1 banner for every team you used at one point. But then they changed it to allow you to use banner for every single individual team. And essentially, they're going to be doing the same thing for hero classes eventually. You'll eventually be able to use any individual hero class to each individual team. And of course, that would basically in itself take away the 50 gem thing. But they're still leaving it in for whatever reason at this current moment in time. What can you use in place of the Umberwolf in the 2x Dragon Soul Azurus team? A 3rd Azurus would be your best bet. He's in the red little drop pull thingy right now. And if you don't have another 3rd Azurus, use anything with Necromancy. But yeah, 3rd Azurus or any Necromancy would be the replacement. Or Fair Shra, but of course you probably don't have Fair Shra. Let's see. What else was mentioned? Hello, The Marvelous. Welcome. What was your question? Or there's another question there. Let's see. Did you fall down in Guild Wars? No, we barely did. We hit 18th, and if we would have hit 19th or lower, we would have fallen down. But yeah, we got like right on the border. Let's see. I think I missed one other question. What hero classes am I using? Titan right now. Titan is the best hero class in the game for raids and invasions. That's pretty much everything you need for both. But yeah, we have Barrier Every Brown, which is really good in invasions, though it's still somewhat helpful in this game mode to make sure our hero doesn't die preemptively. It doesn't stop against Zugoff, though, but it does stop from them hitting like 70s with skulls once we get to that point. It gives us Enrage every extra turn, which allows us to hit through any traits, which of course we've mainly been using for that 20% dodge, but of course it works for any trait that there is in the game that might be able to skull mitigate. It just completely ignores them. And that's going to be good in invasions too, because there's 75% reduction towers. Other than that, we also, if we finally get it maxed out at level 100, it ends up giving us a very nice benefit of a lot of immunities. The main most noteworthy ones being stun immunity, which makes sure we can't lose any of our traits, as well as things like Death Mark and Disease immunity, and Devour immunity, which is pretty useful in this game mode. Some weeks there's a lot of those mechanics. It also has Poison immunity, which comes into play like right this week, so Skill Guard wouldn't be able to hit ridiculous numbers on us. And yeah, just a lot of really useful immunities. And as far as invasion, the only The immunity part is definitely more useful for raids and invasions, but for invasions, the only status effect you ever have to deal with, if I'm not mistaken, once you reach the towers, is stun. But, of course, one of those immunities is stun, so you don't technically have to deal with them. Anyways, there's a skull here. I don't think I'm going to go for it, though, because it's not really worth it. So we'll just go and guess we'll just cast, get our mana that we need. He'll obviously take some skull. It's fine. He just hits on barriers, so we don't even take any damage. I want to go get this thing to full mana, so we'll just explode out the board. He takes a skull on us. Unfortunate, though that's kind of to be expected from using that ability. It does create skulls after all. But we'll go for the double hit here and go from there. So we'll do that. Throw another poke. Get it killed. Take the yellow. Let's see. What else do we need? I guess we try for a Sky Skull. Didn't get it. Actually, just gives it to him. We didn't even see that was there. Fail. I should probably go take a brown out of safety's sake, but there's currently none available. So I guess we'll go for an explode and just hope we get lucky. Ah, that's not getting lucky. At least we didn't give him a skull, though. But at least we have a nice convert there, too. Should be able to land a skull if we get lucky enough. Didn't get one. Not a single one even fell anywhere. Wow. Okay. I guess we explode again and just hope we get, once again, lucky off of it. But, doesn't look like we have much. Can't really go for that cascade. Nothing worth going for. Actually, I'm just going to let him do it and fall for it. So let's go Mang into a poke, I guess. That could be enough damage? No, it will not. So let's throw it all the way on the last slot, since he's going to die to skull soon anyways. It'll give us time to go and hit the other one. But we'll do that. He doesn't give me the skull, unfortunately, with the way he took it. Guess we go for explosion and hopefully land it. Nope. But it does land us one off the top that he kind of just hands to us, so we'll go for that. We'll throw the Miststalker down. And what else? Just guess we'll take a red, get all the things up. He'll Miststalker us again, hitting our hero. Can't even try burying that anymore because he has poison on it. We will eventually have immune to it, but currently we do not. So, got to still deal with poison. We'll just go for the poke into full mana. This area just isn't really worth going for at all. Guess we'll, I'm just gonna pass my turn just so he gives us a skull. And he gives us a skull and down he goes. There we go. Anyways, I need to take off this eye patch. No, I can't see now. It's blinding in the light. Okay, I can finally semi-see. Still will take me a couple... Ow, now I have a headache from the light. I forgot how effective that is. Ow. My eye feels like all soft now, too. It's like blinded by... It's blinded from the screen. I had it on for like an hour. Fail. Okay, anyways, where were we? Still hasn't fully adjusted back yet, but... where are we? Everything looks so dimensional now that I... Because you start losing, like, depth perception when you only have, like, one eye available for so long. But, everything looks so weird now. Anyways, let me go and, scan to the battle. Where were we? Also, I can read chat properly now. If I could scroll through it correctly, that is. You're using Gargoltha, Azura, Yagway, and Dragon Soul, but instead of Dragon Soul, you want an Infernus. What do you think? You would sooner replace out... Oh, wait, never mind. I thought you said Azurus. Never mind. Wait, what's your fourth troop? Oh, yeah. That's perfectly fine to replace out Dragon Soul. It will take away your soul gains, but the team would be quicker for winning PvP, which is probably what you're seeking. You think Archer is better with Hunter's Mark every extra turn, plus Leaf Storm and extra to your Archer? I didn't really care for Archer too much. Yeah, biggest issue with Archer is it doesn't really get too many good perks. It has a really nice third perk tree, that one assassin tree that has like 30% dodge and that 50% summon thing and all those little weird mechanics. But its other two trees are abysmally bad. Alright, we'll move that over. Skull is still not worth going for, so I'm actually just gonna wait on that. We'll go for Mang and just get the hit on there. He'll skull us. He extra turns to get it again. That's unfortunate. I do have alignment there, though, so we'll go for that. Didn't get any kind of skull that we could use. I don't have any kind of cascade to use for it either. We could go for explosion, but I'd rather get a guarantee kill on him. So we're just going to take something relatively safe, which actually this isn't too safe. If a skull goes there or there, we get hit. And it doesn't, but looks like we still get it, so that's fine. We have enrage and everything we need. We'll just go for the poke over here. I'm going to leave these as is because he might give us another skull. So we'll do that. All that mess we can't use at the moment. Just go kill out the ball so we don't have to deal with it. Gotta be careful. We're almost in the range where we can't one-shot it anymore. Getting very close to it. So we're going to create a bunch of reds. Oh wait, what am I doing? Use 6 skull. So we'll do that. And I guess we explode into a skull. Still need an extra turn if we're going to hit through Agile though. Let's just hope he doesn't land it. Good. And down he goes. You have 500,000 souls. Is it better to level troops or going to get Dawnbringer? Probably leveling troops if you're getting close to star levels. Dawnbringer is a very nice weapon, but you can still work. Most things you would just use other weapons for. Like Arena, you can still just use Runic Blade instead. For raids and invasions, you pretty much just always use Mang instead. For many teams that need mana accumulation that already have damage, you just throw Mountain Crusher instead. Only things you really tend to use Dawnbringer for is occasionally in Guild Wars, particularly Red Guild War Day, if you don't have other options like Yagwe Divinia. And some quick other teams occasionally, like Quick Explorer, some versions of it that use Hero EXP use it instead of Sunbird. And, of course, just running into some PvP teams that just happen to need it just to do a little bit more damage or to stay alive. But, while Dawnbringer is a pretty nice weapon and probably one of the better weapons in the game, you don't always necessarily really need it. Maybe if you're trying to level some of those hero classes that are dependent on that coloration, so red, blue, and yellow. But if you're getting near 5-star All Kingdom, you'd probably be better spending the souls to get towards 5-star on everything than you would be to spend it on a Dawnbringer. Also, it's just nice to have options when you do various game modes throughout the game. Because, of course, with raids and invasions and stuff like that, and a few of the other game modes, it kind of makes it so you do need to have some options available, just so that when it comes around, you'll be able to mill teams and participate in whatever the game mode is. It would also help with Guild War Defense, and while that's a pretty small part of the game, it's still something to keep in mind, having the 24 decent troops to use for that, for your defend team. And defend teams tend to be decently different than what you would normally use for invading. Of course, definitely make sure you focus more on your invasion teams and stuff, but you can't completely ignore your Guild War defense. We'll go take that. No need to go for the skull yet. We will be, though. I need to get full mana on this, so easiest way to do that is just explode the entire board. I don't even want to skull off this, I just want to get the board cleared. So a bunch of skulls available right now. I think I'm just going to leave every single one of them there. He's obviously going to go for it, but I can't really do much against that. So I guess we'll just go throw a Mang here. That will still leave him in one-shot range. He's very close. I believe not the next raid boss, but the following one. 2 battles from now. 2 to 3 battles. He'll be a high enough durability that he does not die to this combo anymore. Unless we were to go Mythic this, which I'm not going to bother. Yeah, we definitely have a skull, so that's one secured kill. Unfortunately, us doing that, I was hoping we could take an extra turn skull. Does not look like it. Looks like I'll have to waste it on him right here. So we'll do that. It does leave us with 2 different skull areas, though, and apparently he just doesn't want to go for either of them. I wish we had his convert. That would actually be convenient right about now, but let's go for skull. And ideally, that would extra turn. Oh! How did that not kill? Oh, we didn't have enrage. I like how I have enrage so that we could pick things off like that. Yeah, I don't even use it. I keep forgetting to preemptively enrage. Of course, you can't always have an option to do so. This team actually lacks any kind of really easy extra turn capability other than off of him. So, I guess that's kind of the excuse, but no, generally if you are running something like that, that's anything that has extra turn on effects, convert troops tend to be some of the best to use with it, since you can pretty much whenever you feel like it, trigger their effects. Okay, there's a skull there, but unfortunately he gets it. Oh, if he gets Valraven. If you get Valraven, stop. 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 What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? There's 2 different ways we could play this. The hope for complete luck way, or the slightly consistent, though he gets a 30% way. So I guess either way we have to base it on the luck. There's two ways we could go about this. Throw Captain Skullbeard now and hope we hit either an extra turn or Skull, which if it's a Skull, it'll obviously kill him, and if we have extra turn, we could decide again what we want to do. Or we can go throw Mang now, it'll end our turn, he gets one cast, and then we throw this, which will kill it. Though the problem with that is it guaranteed gives him a 30% chance to run away, possibly higher if he lands it. So I think I'm going to go with this. The problem with this, though, is if this completely misses, this wastes one whole complete turn, where we could have used that turn to go Mang and instantly kill it the following turn. But I am going to go for this and just hope we get lucky. Okay, we got lucky. He was dumb enough to take the skull, and down he goes. Well, that's not exactly what I was hoping would happen, but it gave a similar result. Very nice. Okay, I think that's enough for raids. We obviously have a lot of battles. I will be spreading it out slightly throughout the week. Of course, we'll have quite a few of them. So far, how far are we in the guild? Our guild is so much higher, because of course there's some people that bought the higher packs, including ourselves. But we'll get there soon. I don't think we're going to reach leaderboard with that, though. I highly, highly doubt it. Leaderboard, I believe, buys, like, at minimum, like, tier 6, if not higher. We only bought up to tier 5. Tier 6 gets you Mythic of the Thing, and anything beyond that, just buying so many raid battles. 20 battles every single time. That's an insanely high amount. Really expensive, though. 500 gems. We are getting 25 kingdom drops. Also, keep in mind, when I was saying these are 40.5 gems each, do keep in mind you do get some other resources, too. You get, like, the Trait Stones of Trader, which isn't really that big, but you're also getting those troop drops. I forget how many you get all the way up to there. Let's see. That's 10, 18, 16 plus the weapon. 18, 6, that's 24, 28, 30. You get 30 troop drops. They're not exactly like event keys, though. Do keep that in mind. They're slightly weaker than event keys, even though they're kind of like it. They're event keys, but instead of going from ultra rare to mythic, they go all the way from common to mythic. So you get a lot of commons and rares that you kind of don't need, but it still has chances of giving you legends. And if the kingdom had a mythic, it would give you a chance of mythic. Do keep in mind this kingdom has no mythic, though, so you have a 0% chance of getting one. I got 2 Krakens off it later. I showed her earlier. But it's not the first time I gotten legends from this, too. It's just very rare that you would. To my understanding, it's either exactly the 10,000 guild chest drop table, or it's slightly better, except it's just focused on a specific kingdom. It might be slightly better because I have noticed a decent rate of legends, though I've never really opened an extensive amount of 10,000 chests. I always open them at 20,000 or 40, generally 40. Of course, on my other account, sometimes it's been at 20,000 instead, but yeah, anyways, that's all with that. And also, I didn't really go over the shell. We did get a new Mang-like weapon, though it's not really relevant because, well, you still want to get it because obviously with how they changed the game, you kind of have to have a dependency on every weapon that ever comes into the game. You kind of need to make sure you get them. But as far as the weapon itself, its usefulness, it is completely useless. You'd be better off with Mang. Good evening, D. Welcome. What else did I miss in chat? Skady is available. Yeah, Skady is available in the Soul Forge. I wouldn't really go out of your way to go on Crafter unless you really wanted it for Blue Day. I have been starting to use it again on Blue Day. It's really good with Azura. Corvash, Azura, Skady, and like one other troop like Dawnbringer or whatever else you want to use there. Tends to be decent. The new Mythic only in event keys? No, there's currently no Mythic currently in event keys. There's not a Mythic until this Friday. And it will be in every chest except event keys. It'll be in the Glory, Gem, Guild, and VIP chests this Friday. But it won't be until Friday reset when it will occur. It's still 4 days away until we get it. I believe Salty will be going over it soon, though, in half an hour on her stream. I wish I could do it as well, but unfortunately I cannot. But yeah, every single key except Gold and event keys this Friday will have the chance of getting her. Obviously, I'll just be opening all my gem keys. Ideally, with 805 gem keys, we will get it just off of that. So we'll see exactly what happens, but that is the game plan, is basically throw down all of our gem keys at it, get the 1 copy of the Mythic, and then probably throw like 2,000 gems or something at the new game mode. I'm not sure how crazy I'll be going with it. I'll probably be going for every tier, but this Friday we are getting a new hero class, and I do want to power level it just to save some time. And even if that does cost us some gems, while I don't think it's really going to be worth it, we should probably be able to make a leaderboard, if nothing else, and it'll give us something to do this weekend. And I'm not trying for PvP leaderboard, so at least we'll have that. Anyways, let's go to dungeons. Still haven't done that yet. Let's clear through it quickly with a, I guess, Sunbird Dawnbringer team. Whatever we have set up here will be fine. Sure, that'll work. How long is the stream? We normally stream for 1 hour every single night, though I do stream a little bit longer on Mondays, mainly because it's the event switchover, also because of one of the developers actually tends to stream on every Monday right after us, so I tend to just stream up to her stream. I will be ending this a little bit earlier just to probably take a shower or something, though. Probably in the next 10 minutes or so. So if you guys still have any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Also, speaking of that, I still haven't given out a redeem code. Let me go do that. I'll have that out in 1 second. Let me just clear through dungeons and we'll have a redeem code. Also, as far as 4th of July, I will be streaming 4th of July, but it will be earlier. As far as the exact time, that really depends what my day will be like. I'll try to post a few hours in advance, the little notification thingy that YouTube has for your stream thing, but it's probably going to be around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or so. That'd be like 4 hours prior to now on Wednesday. But yeah, it's definitely going to be not at the normal time, almost guarantee. Just because I'll be doing stuff later on. But yeah, I'll try to get that out soon, or on the day of actually. But yeah, it'll be like several hours before we normally do it. The time. Anyways, one more battle, and then we'll go give out a redeem code. Can you say a team for level 400? Well, it depends what you have. It's really heavily dependent on what legends and mythics you have at any given moment in time. What better legends do you have? I assume no mythics. But if you let me know what the better legends are, I could make a team out of something. Generally, at that level range, you want to be running like Tesla or some kind of 4x Dragon team with Dragon Soul. Tend to be some of the better things, better options. Two things. Can you recommend a team for Gorgoltha? Literally every team in existence, assuming you have it fully traded. And you don't have any mythics. Also, what do you think of this team? Mountain Crusher, Dragon Soul, Divinia, Lord, Emperor. But Gorgoltha is actually going to be kind of interesting because it's getting a hero class this Friday. I believe your best bet will be to use Gorgoltha, Apothecary, your hero using the best damaging weapon you have with the new hero class that's coming this Friday, then followed by King Highforge. I believe the new hero class is getting something that buffs up specifically dwarves. It counts as a dwarf, so you'd be able to half mana it with a King Highforge. And Gorgoltha you'd have as a frontline tank. Apothecary you'd get up quickly just to cleanse everything and to feed your Gorgoltha mana, as well as everything else on your team. And yeah, should end up working out quite nicely. But yeah, I feel like you would try utilizing the new hero class that's coming. Other than that, if you have fully traded Gorgoltha, basically any team that goes in the format of Gorgoltha, damage source, mana generator, damage source, or Gorgoltha, mana generator, double damage source, tends to be work pretty standardly. It's probably one of the most common first slots in the entire game. He's just plopping a Gorgoltha there. And what was your other question? Also, what do you think of this team? Mountain Crusher, Dragon Soul, Divinia, Lord Ember. I'd probably replace Lord Ember for damage if you can. But other than that, seems perfectly fine. You're basically running Dragon Soul as your only damage source. That's probably fine at your level range. Once you get to a higher level range, you might want to consider something else. But yeah, you can definitely get away with Dragon Soul's only damage. And that team seems perfectly fine. Oh, you don't have Highforge. Oh. Let's see. I don't know if there's another good enough dwarf to replace that out. I guess you could technically just use any brown troop that's really good with browns then. I don't know, what's your best brown damage source then? This is probably what you would put there as the alternative. Why 18 is not falling down? You thought 18, 19, 20 falls down. No, not in bracket 2 or 3. Or at least not in bracket 2. I forget what it happens in bracket 3. But the top brackets work slightly differently. And in bracket 2, you only move down if you make the last 2 places, and you only move up if you make the top 2 places. Generally, how it works for most brackets, like 4 and downwards, is if you make first, you go up by 2. If you make second or third, you go up by 1. If you make dead last, you move down by 2. And if you make second to last or third to last, you move down by 1. But that's not how bracket 2 works. Bracket 1, 2, and 3 work slightly differently. In bracket 1, only the bottom 2 move down, and obviously nothing can move up because you're already as high as it can go. In bracket 2, the first 2 move up, and the bottom 2 move down. And in bracket 3, I forget exactly, but if I'm not mistaken, it's the top 2 move up, and the bottom 3 move down. And then everything from bracket 4 downwards just works top 3 and then bottom 3. Yeah, the top few brackets worked ever so slightly different. Also, the very, very, very low brackets also work slightly different because you move like multiple guilds instead of just 2 or 1 at a time. They also are going to be addressing that in the future as well. That was something that was slightly brought up on the Q&A stream, but it didn't really get too answered. But they are looking into some kind of way to fix Guild Wars because now that it's every 3 weeks, it's still running on the every week format, basically, the whole setup of the minigame. So they are looking into revamping it in the future. They said it probably won't be next patch, but the following patch. They'll get around to that. Also, we already knew about this earlier too, but they are thinking about reworking PvP. That's planned by the end of this year is their goal, which is pretty much what we already knew. It's probably going to be the second to last or last patch of the year is some kind of heavy PvP rework of some sort. Oh yeah, redeem code. My bad. Yes, you saying scroll reminded me of that. Anyways, let me go and hunt down my redeem codes. Let me go to my current ones that I haven't used up yet. She did finally send me more, by the way, as well, so we're not going to run out. But let me go to the previous ones, because I believe we still have, like, 2 left in the previous pool of codes. Let's see. Also, I believe she gave a slightly special one for 4th of July, too. I don't know what's in it. It might just be one of those runic tradestone ones or something. But she gave a slightly different one, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, but anyways, let's go just use one of the standard ones. We have 3 left, actually. Nice. Okay, I didn't even realize I had that many left in this. Assuming they all work. Okay, let's go with this one. And see what happens. So we'll go and mark it. And click copy, paste. And let's give this a shot. Okay. So let's go put this into the interface. Make sure it works. I'm not a robot. And a loading screen. Come on. Sorry, this code does not exist. Apparently, we're back to this again. Also, thank you, David, for your subscribe. Much appreciated. Okay, apparently we're getting dead codes again. Luckily, we still have backup ones. But yeah, everyone test this code and see what happens. Oh, excuse me. gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Just test that real quick. I don't believe it works. But, let me go start getting the next one. Let me know if it does or does not work. Could just been I put it in slightly incorrectly. Let's see. But it most likely isn't working. And I guess we'll go with this code then. Any other one I'll see for Friday since it's somewhat related to the new mythic. Okay, it doesn't work. That's what I thought. Okay. Just like to double check just in case. You never know. Let's go test the next one. And this one should work. And if it doesn't, then there's a problem. What? Salty! Stop giving me codes that don't work. Salty? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, we'll try this again. Try this one. Try that one. Let me see. Mail? Nope, didn't come in mail. Neither of them came in mail. Let's try restarting our game, and maybe it said it didn't, but did. Sometimes it likes being like that. But, come on, Salty. Let's see. Yeah, let me know if that one works. Nope. Okay, well, we still have more code, so that'll work. But yeah, apparently both of those do not work. We'll go give another one. These will be from the fresh batch, so if those don't work, there's definitely something wrong. She literally gave it to me earlier, so... Okay. Come on, loading screen. There we go. Okay. So let's go test out the next one in line. So we'll go into that. Go to mail. Figure out where on earth this is buried. Copy all these so I know I've used them. Click reply on it. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Copy all of that. Copy, copy, copy. Edit, move it here so I can mark each one I use. And which one do we give? I guess we'll give out this one. They all seem to be somewhat related to thingies. So we'll go mark that one. Click the copy, click save. And this one better work. Let's see, put that there, put that there. Third time's the charm, right? Does it work? Success! Okay, we finally got one to work. Finally, okay. So let's go put this into the interface. Let's see, put this over here, put that there, copy, paste, copy all of it. And there you guys go. Could you imagine if I made her make that a code? Drop D20. It would be DROPTE and then 50. I mean, drop to 50. Why did I say drop to 20? But, yeah, hello peeps is the current code. And that one definitely works. That one is for sure. I can confirm. And it gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Those gem keys you would want to save for this Friday in hopes for the new mythic, hopefully. It's not anything too exceptional, but it's still something you might want to seek out. Also, we're going to be getting a lot of ingots soon, too, from when we actually go and upgrade these. I'm not sure exactly how many, as I haven't really opened an excessively large amount since the most recent patch. But assuming we get unlucky at getting the new mythic, we will be opening quite a few, to say the least. So we'll see how it pans out. Let's see. Yeah, the first 2 codes were too many characters, most likely. That's generally what happens if they happen to not work. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for now. Definitely anyone checking after the stream might want to go check that code too. Oh, it's not below me, but yeah, that code. Because we are giving out like right at the end of our stream. But do double check that code on gemsofwar.com underneath game code section. But yeah, I will be heading off for now. Gonna go take a quick shower, then probably a bite to eat, and then I'll be watching Salty's stream. Let me actually go get her link as well. She's twitch.tv at affinity+2, 2 spelled out, but let me go get the link so you don't have to type all that out. But yeah, she'll be streaming in about 15 minutes. She'll be streaming specifically the new mythic that is coming out this Friday, that one true damage one. Of course, we'll be going over it when it launches on Friday. We'll do a key opening and then see what teams we could build out of it. Also, of course, new hero class coming next Friday. We'll be spending basically the whole weekend grinding it and doing the new game mode as well. Better save all the keys for the mythic? Yep, pretty much. Save your glory, gem, guild, and VIP chest. Particularly your gem keys are the main ones you'd want to throw on it. Let's see. Also, I was about to go post the link. I forgot about that. But yeah, twitch.tv/affinity+2. I don't think we'll raid her with anything this time. We'll just be nice and say hi. But yeah. Oh, wait. Actually, didn't they name... We should spam her with Suna. Because there's a joke about it. Because it's a... it spells backwards. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, a new mythic is called Suna. So I guess we'll go and spam her with a bunch of Sunas. Let's see. What is her... Let me see. What is the new mythic called? It's called Suna something, right? I believe it is. Where it is. View change history. Show spoilers. Come on, load. Load. Is it Suna? Yeah, she's called Suna. It's pretty funny what's spelled backwards. We were making a joke about it on our stream earlier when they did the Q&A stream last night. Yep. You can't actually say that word on YouTube or Twitch, though, I don't believe, or else it'll try auto-blocking it. Let's see. Queen Aurora, Guards, Avatar, Stonehammer, and Champion of Anu. Lots of legends, and what do you say? Stonehammer, Champion of Anu aren't too useful. Aurora, for the traded, is really nice. Guards, Avatar on that brown team I was mentioning earlier wouldn't be too bad. Though more often than not, if you're going to run Guards, Avatar, one of my favorite teams for that is Honor, Apothecary, Guards, Avatar, and Corvash. Corvash fully traded. If you don't have Corvash, it still works perfectly fine without it. But some team along those lines is actually really nice to use. I guess technically one other alternative could be just use like a Grigoltha first line tank, frontline tank, since you do have that. Let's see. Anyways, guys, I believe that's everything. Anyone else had any last-minute questions? Otherwise, I hope you all enjoy your 4th of July coming up, any of you that celebrate it. And other than that, yeah, this Friday is going to be pretty hyped because we actually have a lot of stuff going on all at once. This pet is pretty underwhelming because it's fully cosmetic, but yeah, pretty big Friday and pretty much entire weekend. The event does last the entire weekend from Friday reset all the way till Monday reset. So 3 days, basically, from Friday. So we'll have all weekend to go and mess around with that. Basically, every stream I'll be doing this weekend will be focused around that. I believe I might even be finishing out Guild Wars by... I mean, not Guild Wars. Raids by Friday. Simply because most of my guild will probably have it done due to doing more seals than normal. But, yeah, we'll probably just go up to there and just go from there. And just do the class event for the weekend. And see what we can get out of that. And just power level it to at least 70. I'd want to try getting it to. I don't know if that's a little overkill, but it is my current goal. Is to get Titan to about level 85 to 90-ish, hopefully, by Friday. Then over the weekends, get the new hero class to 70. And then switch back to Titan and get it to 100 during next week is probably my game plan. Let's see. But when you go up by 2 from bracket 2, or from bracket 4, you are bracket 2. And 2 from bracket 3 moves up, so 3 guild move to bracket 2. No. I believe bracket 4 may only move up by 1s as well. I'm not fully certain on that. I actually completely forget every single detail of the guild movement things. I only know it for bracket 1, bracket 2, and all of the brackets that are lower down. That are like bracket 5 into all the other ones. I believe bracket 4 does work like that, though. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe bracket 4 does only move up by 1, but it goes down by 3s. I'm not fully certain. Who is the best, Infernus or Ubistet? Depends on the team. Though overall, I would say Infernus is better than Ubistet. Ubistet can be very annoying, but he's a lot easily countered out. Whereas it's a lot harder to counter out Infernus. Most of the things he does isn't really that commonly countered, or even possibly, it can't even be countered in some instances. Like how he distributes damage. Ubistet, worst comes to worst, all you have to do is just barrier, and Ubistet does nothing. If Ubistet hits 2 barriers, it will hit you for 0, and waste all of its mana. So it's really, really easy to kill him. But even if you go, like, let's say, try barriering up your team against Infernus, well, for one, he has burn, so if you lost all your armor, you're going to keep losing your barriers every single turn. Not only that, but he hits in multiple strikes. So even if you were to have barrier up, it's not really going to do too much. It will still help, but it won't take away all of his damage. Whereas if you double barrier against Ubistet or get your whole team barriered, or at least everything that's hitting, you will not take any damage whatsoever. It's like he did literally nothing. And he has no follow-up. He doesn't have explosions or anything like that. So at least Infernus, even if you somehow mitigated 100% of Infernus' damage, he's still getting 5 explosions and getting some of his mana back. Whereas Ubistet, he gets nothing back. But yeah, I would say Infernus is still better than Ubistet, even though a lot of people are saying that Ubistet's overpowered. It's mainly because you have to actually specifically counter it in most instances. And if you don't, yes, it is going to hurt you a lot. But I would say Infernus is actually the stronger one of the two, personally. It's still the case. As far as Mythic Order, I would say Fairish Ra is number 1, just because of how well it is at farming. Infernus is number 2, though technically number 1 if you're looking sheerly from the usefulness damage output as far as actually winning. And Ubistet would probably be number 3 at the moment. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming down. I will see you all later. And, oh wait, sorry, there's one other thing. Let's see. Yeah, Siplom, you'd have to look that up later on like the forum or something, or I would need to, because I actually completely forgot off the top of my head specifically how bracket movement and everything works for every single bracket. But anyways, guys, I'll be heading over there, twitch.tv/infinity+2. Devs will be over there, specifically Salty, and she'll just be streaming the new Mythic and probably have some codes and maybe some other good info. If you ask her questions, she might be able to tell us something about 3.6 or something. Ooh. I'm pretty sure she won't answer it, but you never know. She might budge on some kind of tidbit of information. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for coming down. I'll be back same time tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1.5 hours prior to now tomorrow. We'll be mainly doing raids. Maybe we'll try the eye patch again. No, I don't know if I'll wear the eye patch. It's hard to see. But anyways, guys, thanks for coming down. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful 4th of July. And goodbye, everyone.